let's get into it. Welcome back to Misha's Corner. Today I'm going to show you how to make this super delicious chicken and sausage gumbo. So let's get into it. So to my chicken, I'm going to season it up, of course, with this garlic and onion. It's more like a all-purpose seasoning, so just use your favorite all-purpose seasoning. I'm using boneless, skinless chicken thighs, and I'm also going to use some slap your mama. I'm not even a slap your mama girl. But you know, I said, let me just go along and do what I gotta do for this recipe, and it turned out great because I don't want y'all coming for me, okay? But I seasoned it up really well, and now I'm just going to sear it off. Now, y'all know, if you're an OG subscriber, I'm allergic to all shellfish, but I do have a seafood gumbo on here that's been trending like every single year, so I'll make sure I put that below for my seafood people. But I couldn't try it, and ever since I made that video, I always wanted to try gumbo, and so I decided to try the chicken and sausage, and here we are. So now I'm going to add my oil to my Dutch oven, Dutch pot, whatever you want to call it. And I'm going to sear off my chicken. Do not overcrowd your pan. Make sure your pan is screaming hot. You want a nice sear on your chicken. Now, my pot, it ain't a big old pot, y'all. So I could only fit 4 because I want a nice sear on it. But, you know, again, just do it in sections so that you don't boil your chicken, because that's not what you want. Now, you see that sear I'm talking about? Period. This is the sear that you want, okay? Because you don't want to boil your chicken. Yes, it's going to take you a couple more minutes to get it done, but, you know, it's worth it in the end. More depth of flavor and just delicious. It is super cold in Texas right now. I don't know why, but today was a perfect day to make some delicious gumbo. I'm definitely going to make this again because I see why, like, the craze about gumbo. It's good, you know? So now I'm going to sear off my andouille sausage. Use the brand you prefer. But I got this sausage from Kroger, I believe. And it's so good. It was spicy, by the way. Like, very spicy. Same thing with the sausage. You want a deep golden color and crust on your sausage, and you'll be good to go. Now, we already had oil in the pot, so you don't need to add the entire 1 cup of oil. So I added a half a cup of oil and stayed with the same amount of flour because I already had oil in the pot. However, y'all already know the description box will have every single thing you need, and you'll be good to go. Okay, I always hold y'all down. So you want to start making your roux. A lot of people do it differently. I'm doing it on the stovetop. Before, when I made it, it took me an hour and change because I didn't know what I was doing, child. This time, it took me about 25 minutes because I cranked the stove. I didn't crank it, but I turned it up and was more, you know, paying attention and, you know, seeing what it was doing. And it definitely sped the time up. So I have it on medium to high heat, medium-high heat. And it just browned up for me. And this is the color that I was looking for. Nice and chocolate and good to go. Also, this is also an indication to let you know your roux is done when it becomes thick like that. And that's what also made me know, okay, Misha, you're at the stopping point. So I'm going to add my holy trinity. I'm adding a pepper, some celery, and some shallots. Now, y'all know, I don't be doing the green bell pepper. Y'all rarely see me cook with that, but I use red. If you want green, use green. Use green. You're good. So I'm going to cook this down for about 5 minutes, and then I'm going to let you guys see what it looks like. First of all, this smells amazing. The roux has this nutty flavor to it, and y'all, I was just first of all, I'm actually eating right now, editing this video. Okay, so now I'm going to add my chicken broth. I added half of it first to get things going, to see where I was at, and then I added the entire carton. I also added a cup of water, not shown on the screen. You guys know your girl is clumsy, child, but there's a cup of water that was, but a cup of water was definitely added, and we were good to go. I love this chicken stock, by the way, by Rachel Ray. It's good. It's not too salty or anything like that, so I use it a lot if I don't make my own. So I also wanted to use the store-bought stock, so that I can gauge exactly what the recipe is. So that's why I did that. So once this is all mixed in, I added my fresh thyme, my bay leaves, and the same spices, the black pepper, garlic, and the slap your mama. I also added some chicken bouillon powder, Remember, everything will be in my description box, and make sure you check it out. However, if you choose or you use other spices in your gumbo, that's fine. I'm just showing you how I did it today. But you want to mix this up really, really well and let it come to a simmer. All right, so now I'm going to add my sausage right down in here with the juices and all. Don't leave any of that out. Get it all in there. Next, I'm going to add my chopped up chicken thighs. Some of them were not cooked all the way through, which is fine because they're about to cook for another 35 minutes in this, deliciousness, goodness. So I added all the chicken. This was only 6 chicken thighs, you guys. Look at all that chicken. That's crazy. So now I'm just going to mix everything up. Oh, don't forget the chicken juices, child. Don't leave nothing out. Okay, we need all that flavor. But y'all, it's not even done. Look at this gumbo. Look, I see why. Because can you imagine the flavor of shrimp, lobster, crabs, snow crab, whatever you want to throw in here. On top of this sausage and this Swiss, it would be just so good. So to this little skillet, because I'm not a slimy okra girl, I'm going to sear off my okra first because I want to get rid of some of that slime because I'm just not a slimy okra girl. Okay, I'm not one of those girls. So I'm going to mix this up really, really well. Get a nice sear on it. I'm also going to season this with the Slap Your Mama just a little bit. Yeah, but you know what's crazy though, you guys? When I did this and added it to the gumbo, I wish I had chopped up and did more, but only if it's seared. I feel like you guys should sear it. Try sear before you're throwing it in there. I know y'all prefer your authentic, traditional, but it was actually really, really good after being seared and, thrown into the gumbo. So after that, I threw it right down into the gumbo. Ooh, child, look at this gumbo. But y'all already know, for my seafood lovers, I'm going to hook y'all up. That was chives I just put in there. I didn't have parsley, so I used chives. And y'all, just look at this gumbo. And after this, I shut the heat off. After another 2 to 3 minutes, I shut it off. And that was it. So delicious. It looks amazing. And the flavor was just top notch out of here. And, where I added the chicken and sausage is where you would pretty much add your seafood if you want to make this recipe. So now I'm just going to add my gumbo to this bowlie with some rice. And y'all, I'm definitely gonna make more okra tomorrow and add it to my bowl when I eat some gumbo tomorrow, because this was just so good. It was so delicious, and I can't believe it. I see why y'all like it so much. No one believes me that I never had gumbo, because every time I go somewhere, it's seafood gumbo. So I've never ever had gumbo, and it was just so good. It's super delicious. But this is how it looks, you guys. So thank you guys so much for watching. I love you for your support. And I'll catch you in my next video. Bye.